Here's what I want to know. My topic today is to sell you on selling. I want to get you in a state of compulsion to where you can't resist making an offer to somebody. I want to put your mind into this mode of opportunity awareness to when you walk past somebody, bing, 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 a radar goes off in your head that says, oh my God, this person would probably like to spend money on something that's worth more to them than the money in their pocket. And then you say, you know what, if I could help them do that, maybe they could give some of that money to me for the nobleness of that type of service. That is kind of my goal here today. I want to create that type of compulsion within you. Would that be cool? Do you think that would help you financially? Do you think that would help you achieve things in your life? And that's really ultimately to me what selling is. Selling is another word for servicing if done correctly. Now, if done incorrectly, selling is embarrassing. It is shameful. It can be unethical. And it can really lead to a lot of personal self-doubt. And that's why a lot of people do it. Ever heard the saying that selling is either the highest paid profession if done correctly or the lowest paid profession if done incorrectly? That is 100% true. You either live like a king or you starve. And the difference between the two is very, very minuscule. A lot of people can almost be a good seller, but guess what happens when you almost make the sale? Somebody type into the chat box, how many dollars do you get to put in your pocket when you almost make a sale? Like exactly. Yeah, Neil knows. Joe knows, right? You make exactly $0.00. You say, well, Jason, what about in pounds? What do I make in pounds? Well, you make 0 pounds or pences or whatever they call it, right? You say, well, Jason, what about euros? All right, you got me. In euros, you make exactly €0 on a sale that almost closes but otherwise doesn't close. And you say, well, Jason, I'm not in the business of sales. Tell me if you think this is a fair statement. And I would like a little bit more participation here today because half of the material I'm going to work through is literally material that you're going to provide to me. I am going to help you and be of service to you with your business challenges as they relate to selling today. So be a little bit more participating with me if you could here, please. When somebody says to me, Jason, I'm not in the business of selling, though. I don't sell, though. Is this a reasonable statement for me to say that every business is in the business of selling? If you think that's reasonable, go ahead and type in yes to the chat box. Yep, yes, absolutely, right? I don't think that's deniable. Yet, let me ask you this. How many people tend to make a conscious effort to improve their selling ability? Like literally focus on training and sales material. Only quote-unquote salespeople do. Usually commission-based salespeople. They're the only people that go to the sales training seminars. They're the only people that have the sales training books. Let me give this to you. I went to Barnes & Noble's last night and bought like 9 books. And I'll tell you why I went to Barnes & Noble last night. First of all, I took the whole family. It's fun. But I'll tell you the second reason why. Because I'm a member of Barnes & Noble, and they were running a Thursday through Sunday special offer, 20% off, as opposed to the normal 10% off. So I went down there and dropped more money on books than most people spend on a television, right? And these are 2 books that I purchased. One is called Questions That Sell. I was like, oh, this book looks good. And here was another book I purchased, The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, which I hadn't really went through in probably 9 years. And I was like, oh, that's a classic. Let me get that as well. Now, if you know me, and I think everybody on this call knows me because the only people that I invited to this call were people that were on my email list. Would you say on a scale of 1 to 10, how good am I as a salesperson? 1 being not so good and 10 being excellent. Neil says 12. I've gotten 10, 10, 11, 12, 11s, right, 10s. I have not yet got a 9. Oh, I got the first 9 from GR. By the way, I would put myself at about a 7. I want to get better. I feel like I'm good, but I want to get better. I'm even better without my beard, Patty says. I appreciate that, right? John says, I'm new. I don't know you well enough to give you a 10 yet, essentially. I have sold over $100 million in product, in services, software, you name it. If it was worth selling, I probably have sold it or something like it. And yet, what do I tend to focus on? What do I study? And where do I put my headspace in? Where do I still buy the books? Where do I still study the seminars? Where do I still attend the trainings on? More than anything else, it's on selling, period. It's on selling. Because if you understand sales, you will understand marketing automatically. And if you understand sales, you will understand communication that is persuasive. And my question to you, my selling friend from one to another, is where is persuasive communication beneficial? Is it just in business, or could we say perhaps even beyond business? I mean, every day I got to sell my kids on eating healthy, and they're selling me on eating candy. They want to eat pizza and junk food every single day. And I mean, hey, I do too, actually, to be honest with you, but I have to sell myself on the long-term benefits of a healthy diet, not the short-term instant gratification. If you want to be better than you are currently, if you want to be part of the 1% or whatever you want to call it, the people that make the money, not only do you have to sell yourself that you're worthy of that, which you are, I will tell you 100% without a single doubt in my mind, you are more than worthy. As a human being, you are entitled and you are deserving to be unlimitedly wealthy, just as you are of a limited potential made from the Creator, right? But guess who you have to sell against when you say, I'm going to go out and get rich? Who do you have to sell against? Besides yourself, you definitely have to sell against yourself, but who do you have to sell against? Everybody else. You have to sell against your spouse, perhaps. You have to sell against friends who've known you since childhood. You have to sell against society at large, and God forbid you actually succeed and get wealthy, then guess what you have to sell against? People who are jealous of your wealth. You have to sell against the fact that people are going to make you feel guilty for creating and contributing to jobs, to resources, to community, to other human beings, to uplifting humanity. That's the craziness of this. Is you start selling the day you were born, and the only day you stop selling is the day you die. Everybody sells at all times. Write that down. And there's a lot of things you're going to need to write down today because I don't have the visual slides as your crutch. You start selling the day you're born, and the day you die is the day you stop selling. Everybody is selling at all times. The problem is most of us are just not doing a very good job of it. It's not that we aren't selling. We are selling. We're just not doing a very good job of it.